to my channel. It's Lauren. Thank you so much for watching and welcome back to Amateur Scent Hour. Today I'm really excited because I finally tried an Ariana Grande perfume. I know this is my first Ariana Grande perfume purchase. I asked you guys what your favorite Ariana Grande perfume was, and you guys first off love her perfumes. And I would say that everyone got a little chance to shine in the comment section, but I would say number one was definitely Cloud. So when I saw that there was a Cloud 2.0 coming out on the market, I was like, okay, I think it's a sign. Like, it's time to try it. I've been into perfumes. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get my first one. So I wanted to review them for you today. And I mean, if there wasn't a spoiler in the title, I just had to say, like, they're kind of the same, but we'll get into it. We'll get into it. Also, I hope you don't mind hearing my computer like literally sound like it's gonna launch off into space. I'm uploading the video I did actually doing this look, so if you want to check that out, I'll leave it linked down below. But yeah, it's like uploading right now, and I'm just like over here, fingers crossed my computer is not gonna explode and combust into flames. Okay, anyway, let's talk about these perfumes. Cloud is the original one here. I do want to talk about packaging really fast because I do think it's cutesy, like it's cutesy, but I could do without. I don't know, personally, I could do without. I think like little cute clouds on the bottle would be cuter, but who am I don't know. Okay, anyway, both of them have that though, and luckily you can take it out. Can you imagine if it was stuck in here? Oh gosh, that would be horrible. I'm glad that they were removable. I'll give you that. But looking at them, they're like the exact same bottle. This one is clear and blue, and this one is opaque and white. I really wish this was like clear and white. That would have been great, but yeah, again, who am I? I've been testing these out for a while. This is not like a first impression. I really wanted to know like wear time, how it kind of interacted with my body chemistry, all that type of stuff. I also have them sprayed on each arm at the moment. So let's talk about notes real fast. I'm looking on Fragrantica, and the main accords it says on here are sweet, lactonic, vanilla, and coconut. It's a very sweet perfume. And then the top notes on this are lavender, pear, and bergamot. Middle notes, whipped cream, praline, coconut, vanilla orchid. And then the base notes are musk and woodsy notes. That whipped cream note really comes out in full effect. I'm learning I like a whipped cream note. I never thought I would. I'm not usually like a gourmand type lover, but I like this, okay? I can't lie. I think it's a nice perfume, especially for a celebrity fragrance. Like, I get the hype and I get why people enjoy it. Can I take the lid off? What the hell? A lot of people have talked about how this is kind of a dupe, or people will buy this and instead of buying the Baccarat Rouge 540, which, spoiler if you didn't watch my vlog where I unboxed it, I did buy this. This is the best perfume, and I just have to say, like, I understand the idea of like how this could be a dupe, but it's not the same. It's not the same. I'm just gonna say it's not the same, okay? It's not the same. I get the kind of inspiration. I feel like they could be in a similar family, and if you like one, you will most likely like the other one type of thing, but I don't find them to be similar enough to like replace one or the other, but obviously price differences, you know, huge. On the Cloud one, I feel like when I first spray this, I definitely get hit with that like citrusy smell, which is like the bergamot coming through. But then it just really easy and really fast goes down to whipped cream and a bit of that coconut and the vanilla. And then I feel like the musk and woodsy notes just give it this tiny bit of a base, just barely, because it is so sweet, but it does add something in there. So it's not completely just off the rails sugar town, you know what I mean? But it's very, very sweet. This reminds me of like a better version of a really, really, really good smelling body splash at Bath & Body Works. I could also be saying that because I love the pumpkin marshmallow latte, like hand wash, hand cream, like everything with that smell. And I think something about the marshmallow in that translates similarly to this in that whipped cream note. That all being said, it's very, very nice. I do enjoy it. The difference in notes is very small. So the fact that to me they smell very similar makes sense. Completely makes sense. The main accords on this one are a lot more. There's a lot more going on. It says sweet, musky, amber, woody, lactonic, vanilla, coconut, powdery. So I don't know, people are smelling a lot more. So I don't know what's going on with why that's so different. But when we actually look at the notes, top notes, lavender, bergamot, pear. That's the same. Middle notes, whipped cream, coconut, praline, and also vanilla orchid. That's the same. The base notes are what changes. There's ambroxan, cashmerean, woodsy notes, and musk. I would say that you smell that. So to me, I'm telling you, they smell so freaking similar. But I do find that in wear time, well, first off, I gotta douse myself in both of these, honestly, for them to have any like legitimately okay wear time for me. I would say with this one, I get like kind of 4-ish hours. With this one, I do get a little bit more, and I think it's that Ambroxan, and I just think like the base on it being a little bit, you know, meatier does kind of stick around a little bit longer. I probably get like 3 to 4 on this, and I would say like 5, maybe 6 on this. But even then, toward the end on both of these, what I'm really smelling on my skin is just like a sweetness, like from whipped cream, maybe some of that coconut, and a little bit of musk, but it's quite soft. It kind of misses this Baccarat Rouge dupe essence that these have. These have like a weird thing to them also. Like they smell so good, but there's like this weirdness to them that I would classify as like kind of plasticky or medical, and I get that same note from Baccarat as well. So that's not like a diss on these, I just am saying it's there to my nose. But I mean, I still like it. I do think it makes it a little bit interesting, and I like that about the Baccarat as well. So I think that's even like one of the similarities between them, where there's something about it. It's just like this je ne sais quoi plastic or je ne sais quoi medical sterileness or something. I don't know, is that weird? But that kind of goes away toward the end. I don't smell that anymore, and I do find that the scent changes to just kind of this overall like sweet, light smell that I really have to get my, you know, nose and my skin to smell. I wrote down some notes about like the wear and all of that, so I do want to kind of see what I said. Overall, I found that the Cloud perfume is very light and airy. Again, very sweet. It's daytime. I could see you wearing it at nighttime though. It's just kind of anytime. I think it's like appropriate for a lot of things all the time. Could be a signature scent type thing. I definitely, like I said, because this doesn't have the staying power, I do like touching up with this quite often. In the days when I was like specifically testing just this fragrance, I was spraying it on me like 4 times a day. But I like that. Like I like smelling it. Like I don't want to have to like nestle myself in my arm to smell it. I want to like kind of just move and a whiff comes. Like I like that. So I definitely spray a shit ton of this on me. And I do it multiple times a day just to kind of get that dopamine rush and enjoy it. So I also am learning, I don't know, to me, rarely do scents like really stick on. Like that is not common for me. I also wanted to note, like coconut is one of my favorite scents, y'all. One of my favorite scents. And although I guess I can smell the coconut, I don't find this to be particularly coconutty. Anyway, that's kind of some thoughts on this. When it comes to the 2.0, again, like I said, I do find that I get a little bit more wear time with this. I do find this also to be just, I mean, ever so slightly, ever so tinily slightly ish, like deeper, I guess, just barely. Something about it comes across a little less airy. It just has a little bit more depth to it. And again, I find that to make it last a little bit longer on my skin, I just think it's like slightly more potent or something. On top of, yeah, the notes just leaning into the musk and that cashmere and the Ambroxan a little bit more. I do also find that I can smell this on myself longer, like actually like the projection of the fragrance. So that is nice. Even if I do still have to touch it up, like I don't find it lasts like a ton more time, but I do find that the projection of it is a little bit better over time than the original. I wrote on here that I feel like this smells more like Baccarat in the opening, but honestly, I do think they're just so freaking similar. I will say, Sam, my husband, he smelled it. He came in the room and he's been smelling Baccarat on me like crazy because I love it so much. And he thought it smelled very similar. He thought I was having him smell Baccarat on me. So, I mean, that's from him, his perspective. It's wrong. It doesn't smell like it, but that's his 2 cents. I put on here that like the difference, I could say, like if these were made with sugar, this would be made with like white sugar and this would be made with brown sugar. Like, you know the difference in like a treat? How like if you make and bake a good and you use white sugar, it's not going to have like that molasses and like a little bit of a deeper flavor like if you had cooked it with brown sugar. I feel like that's like the difference. Like they're both sugar. They're both going to do the job. There's going to be this slight taste, and unless you're a foodie, you're probably not going to tell. And I'm telling you with these two, I don't even think you will. Because I'm over here like, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. They're very similar, guys. I think the last thing I kind of just want to note is that on both of these, I really like the opening, and I don't love that the dry down does change and the wear of it changes. Like the scent does lose its complexity, and again, it just kind of boils down and reduces to something kind of sweet and slightly musky, and I really wish that it could keep that whole complexity with it the whole time it wears. And that is like a big difference too. Like with Baccarat for me, like kind of like Molecule, how you can smell it and then you can't and then you can. That sometimes happens to me with Baccarat, but overall the whiffs of it and everything, it stays just this beautiful fragrance throughout, and I love that. So again, just a little bit of a difference there, wanted to note. So those are kind of my thoughts. Honestly, I guess I would just say go with this one, but this is kind of the original, so I understand if you, I don't know, it's just like, just douse yourself in whichever one you get and enjoy it. I don't think you need to, like, I have both, but you definitely don't need them both. If I went through one of these, I would not like make sure to buy it again so I had both. Like, I wouldn't. I don't think you need to do that. They're really not different. So those are kind of my thoughts. I wanted to leave you off though with a little suggestion, with another fragrance suggestion. If you really like the Ariana Grande, I suggest in my little heart to try out Jessica Simpson's Fancy. It's not a new one. It's not a flasher. It's very affordable. It's another celebrity fragrance. But if you're into these like really sweet scents, something about this one just makes me think of these. I don't know what it is. Well, I'll tell you, I'll read the notes. It's not the same. Don't get me wrong. It's not the same. But I just think, you know, if you're like looking for a fragrance to try, maybe you don't want to spend a bunch of money. It seems like you already like some, you know, celebrity fragrances. This you can find at Ross. I think I bought the big bottle for 20 bucks, but you can find the small bottles for like $13. And I just think it might be something that you could enjoy. You might already have it though. Again, it's not like a new fragrance. So if you have it, bust it out. It's like super sweet, super warm. I'm going to read you off the notes. The top main accords are sweet, fruity, caramel, vanilla, powdery, blah, 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 blah. Okay. For the actual notes, the top notes on it are pear. That's like a comparison. There's apricot and red berries. The middle notes have caramel, almond, gardenia, and jasmine. And then the base notes are vanilla, amber, and sandalwood. So I just feel like that caramel in here translates really sweet. I don't know. It's maybe a bit of a deeper fragrance. I do find a little bit more floral and slightly more powdery coming through than maybe these ones. But I think it's a good suggestion. I just have to say, I think it's a good suggestion. I think the bottle is really beautiful as well. So, okay. I just thought I'd leave you with that. I do plan on doing like a Baccarat Rouge video since I have it, like might as well let you guys know my thoughts on what the dupes that are out there are and if they're good, because I'm telling you, the moment I smelt that thing, I was obsessed with it. So I'd love to help anyone out with what actually is a good dupe or not. So that video will be coming in the future. I have a few things I want to like test out, see, blah, blah, blah. But I hope you guys enjoyed the review. I hope you guys are enjoying the fragrance content. It's gonna keep coming. I'm so excited for it. I'd love to know, besides Cloud, what's your next favorite fragrance from Ariana Grande? What's the one I should try out next? I'm definitely intrigued by them. You know, which one should I try out? Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm gonna leave it here. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.